Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Reanimators with the LEM update. I'm your host, Colorfade. It's episode 9. It's the year 2291. That's what our empire looks like. We have a lot of stuff going on here. We have this science ship is going to go find out where this wormhole goes to. The Senate floor has the Charter of Workers' Rights and it's close, so we're going to need to buy some favors and make sure that it gets passed. The Reanimators. Reanimators barely like us. And I want to offer them a trade deal for some favors. So I can get a few more favors from them. What do we have most of? We have a lot of crystals. So I'm going to do that, confirm that, because they've got a lot of diplomatic weight. And then the Calaxinan Union, so right there. Let's offer them a trade deal for some rare crystals. And we also have a lot of motes. Okay. So let's do that and see if we can get we're gonna need influence to spend those, so we need to stop expanding, which is fine because up here this is where we wanted to expand to, so we could get that archaeology spot going. Okay, deal offer. Okay, up here, this is the last one we need for this. Survival of the fittest grants us orbital bombardment reduction and defense army damage. So now we have a lot of choices here. Evolutionary mastery, gene modification points, +3, and genetic resequencing. So we'll grab that. We're saving this one for a little later. So we can go in our species, and are we busy with species modifications for the Ketling? And that's going to take how long? Oh, it's almost done. It's done. So now we can go look at the Ketlings, and they're all like this, which is much more favorable. And then if we go to the planets, this one lost its culture shock. So we can come down here and we can say, hey, build the chamber of elevation. And I'm only going to build that one. I don't know if this is going to be possible. I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing that if you raise up a Ketling, if you elevate them, they're not going to, and you elevate them to this species that we are, the Necroids, it's not going to make them have tomb world habitability. So we'll have to do it through gene resequencing probably. But if we go here to us, the Necroids, and we create a template, we still don't have that ability yet. We're going to get it soon. And when we do, I think it's a separate thing from this though. I think it's separate from this. It's I think it's a trait down here more like. So I think it's one of these. I have to check that again, but yeah, because it'll be something like adaptability, or there's habitability plus 20%. So we'll wait until we get the advanced traits and stuff and see if we can make that work. Alright. So in the meantime, the big thing is trying to get all of our worlds to be wonderful, like this one needs.
Construction venture completed.
And we now have 13k minerals to work with, so we finally have some room to breathe.
Construction venture completed.
Which would be fantastic. This world, it's got its engineering grid. It's just missing a mining thing to boost this, but this is, again, another world that looks a lot better than it did. This thing, though, civilian industries, this can come off. So let's replace that with... This is on Mac.
Inbound communique.
And it's one of these. It's an Empire sprawl planet. It doesn't have strongholds, so we need to do that. The Onkarak Commonwealth. So let's get that. This planet doesn't have any more jobs. We could raise this up for 4 motes, and that would double the output from those guys, which would be pretty wonderful. The Sanctuary of Repose adds to stability.
Venture completed.
How much stability would it add, I wonder? And it adds some society research gain. Curious about that. They're going to need some jobs there soon. Exotic. They don't have any refineries on there, and the thing we're low on, I think, is gases. Yeah. So let's do this. On this planet, it is getting to be in much better shape. Let's give them the same kind of thing. This is Lingal, if we go to it. It's right there. So it's in this space where if we were to also put clerk jobs down.
Construction venture completed.
This produces 3 clerk jobs. They produce some trade value and some amenities. But as we're going to be spreading over the galaxy, I think it's probably better to do. Surviving infrastructure modifier added given the following edicts. District cost -25. That's nice. Let's go take a look at this. Right now, it's barely passing. So we want to keep a really close eye on this. So here's the Silent Colony pulled theirs off too, but we're only going to put the Chamber of Elevation on one of these planets, because if it does raise our guys up and give them Tomb World habitability, we can just move them around as leaders on the other planets. And we need to save all the influence we can to use over here if we need it. So here on these planets, this has 4 jobs. Okay, so this is what the racket, Ketling. Okay, and that's building a city district and another mining one. Thinking about what I want to do with these planets. So like this creates a little bit more stability. This has robots. Okay, so all these have robots now. And for instance, let's pay attention to that. On this world, we want them to be techs. So make them techs. And on this world, we want them to be miners. So make them robot drillers. And then same thing on crumbling. We want them to be robot drillers. It slows down their progress a little bit there. And on Ruinous Core, we don't have them yet, but we're going to want them to be miners when we get them. So it's building city district, mining district. We'll build robots here. That'll help the Ketling planets grow a little faster, because the robots are the one thing we can provide that actually have habitability on a tomb world. We could use clone bats, but they're very, very expensive in food, and we don't really have a lot of that yet. So now let's make this a mining one. So doing good there with the Ketling people. I mean, the Ketlings. And this planet right here, Lost Encampment.
There's a light over the newly established colony.
Okay, where's this colony at? Valonus in Helium Prime Sector. Oh yeah, that was this one right here that we terraformed. So Valonus. Very nice food planet. Put it on colony first. Give these folks gene clinics and holo theaters, but let's first give them some jobs. And in the city district. Do that. Balonus. Alright, and then where did this wormhole go? Right there, where's it go? Over here on the other end, it goes got the Cardu entity who kind of like us. And they consider themselves inferior, but their fleet power is overwhelming, which reminds us we need to get to our shipyards. So that's like a half a shipyard, and this is 3/4 of a shipyard. So where's our fleet? It's up there. Let's move them here. At Vivalum. And then let's cruiser, point defense. Kind of guessing a little bit on this. And that's going to cost us 7,000, so do it. We want to keep doing research on these fools down here. Molinarch Ravengers. So our espionage. Can we gather information yet? Hell difficulty. Gotta wait for this guy to keep making it better. Get to work there, buddy. Age 141. Make it work. Alright, what are we looking at? 664 days. And it's still passing. Planets. Vivalum says I don't have any more jobs and I need them. So, well, you know what we can do right now? We can actually start to raise up some of these research buildings. Rivalry ended. Let's end this meaningless rivalry. Food processing centers. Leader lifespan 10 years. That's nice. Faction influence gained in deep space black site. Nice. Genetic resequencing and advanced traits. That's the one I want though. That's going to take a while to do. 92 months, but I want it. Sleipnir has agreed to establish an embassy. Nice. That's 2 moats to raise up. Let's do it. Open borders from the Slurp. Slurp-de-derp. This raises up for moats and provides more farm lands. I know, rising unemployment on places. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I gotta wait until this vote is over before I can burn through influence. Experimental subspace navigation, because what I'd like to do is start getting all these other archaeology sites. And I'd also like to waltz into here and mow these guys down. So there's 34 minerals there. It's very pretty. Oh yeah, we're gonna run a little short there, aren't we? So we really need to focus on getting ourselves out of that trouble there. This planet Unur has no jobs and they need some. So let's do that. And what are their features like? Sinkholes. Which are the ones that's going to get us max mining districts? Let's do that. Mac has 2 Destican who needs some jobs. We should probably have a couple more chamber of elevations going on different planets. So let's put one on Mac. Let's start getting some more of those folks. We don't need a ton of those, but do need some. This planet, here's where we need to really create jobs. Right here. And do this. Create tons of jobs on this planet. And this is using clone vats. So we don't actually need these. Let's get rid of them. Dread encampment. Moat harvesting traps. How many on this planet? 1. Perfect. Alright. A little bit of a sneeze there. Mute that sucker. The racket are their own thing. Or the Ketlings, I keep calling them the racket, but they're the same thing, aren't they? They're their own deal. Yeah, and we have to get out of this purgatory over here, so. In this world where we're doing a lot of energy here, we're also going to need to take advantage of all these industrial districts over here. But these guys, they're going to have their own pop growth issues. The cool thing now is that the mice don't have those negatives. Pop growth speed -10, that's gone. So that's cool. And we can gene splice some more of these guys here a little bit. But I want to... Our money is going out in the cost of these. And they're up to 5.16. So our best bet right now is to focus everything on trying to build as many of those as we can. These districts. What I really need is the tech that raises this building up. And as soon as we get it and raise these up, our life is going to change dramatically. So here's a planet. And we said we're going to make it a food planet, but also, and that's true, we are, but we need to make a bunch of these because only 10 of these can be made into this, and there's 21. So what we're going to do here, aggro, is we're going to make a whole bunch of those and start moving people over there. And before we can even do that, they're building a city district here in a second. That'll give us some housing. 145 days for... How should we respond? Greetings. There's a matter my government wishes to discuss. We understand that your archaeologists have been studying the ancient Cybrex. Understandable, since their territory once covered a large part of what today constitute the Necrosis Reanimators. As it happens, their territory also extended into what is now Calaxan Union, and Calaxan archaeologists have recovered a number of unique artifacts. We'd be willing to sell you these. Expensive, but we accept. We get an extra Cybrex. That's nice. So there, that gives them some housing. That's great. I would rather have the industrial district first. And then you can worry about some of that. We're going to move some people over there to Valonis. But not before this vote happens. The opponents are ahead. So we will... From Rayan and Calaxian, we will have to call in some favors. So there's 70 influence and favors, and that gets us to the point where it'll pass. Now, our problem is which way the wind's going to blow on these guys. I may have to slow the game down in the last 3 days and make sure that we don't get shafted here. You guys got to make up your mind. Slurpreneur mandate. So can we go into Slurpreneur mandate and say, yes we can. Diplomacy, offer trade deal, give us your favors. Tell you what we'll give you. Moats and crystals. Not that many. Okay, Slurpreneur. And they say, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So now we can go in here and we can say, hey, call in a favor on the Slurpinor. Now where are we at? Okay. Who came over? And then we're just waiting for the Slurpinors. The Slurps. The Slurps and Derps. They have 2.9k, so they could probably swing this a little bit. The countdown has begun. It's the final countdown. And it passed. Yay. Awesome. And we have an odd factor.
A study has been completed.
The study has been completed. Mining station output. Oh, civilian fabricators. Alright, so what we're going to do... I don't like having to sell these, but... Gotta get out of that debt there until we can get... So Valonus, we're going to move some people over to Valonus. It's the last planet here because it's the newest one. We need to move those robot drillers to a planet that has lots of mining. Actually, a great place to move them would be where? Crumbling and Silent Colony. Crumbling and Silent Colony can have all those. Crumbling Burrow can have these robot drillers. And then, do we have any other robot drillers? Yep, Silent Colony. We'll take some because they have some jobs. Great. So that fills up some jobs on those planets. And they're like, hey, we need more jobs because what do we have unemployed? Ketlings? Okay. Yeah, that's a great thing to do is move those robots off. So I even said on some of those worlds I have them to build those specifically. So that could be really good. Open borders. Open borders from the Krasnik and the Empire. What do you have? Nagyari. Do you have... You don't have a stronghold. Well, everybody gets one of those. Everybody does. Okay, so over here in this world, some features. We still don't know how to take care of impassable mountains. So let's unlock the city slot and put one person to work as a clerk. This planet is doing all this building. This is Mescaban. This is another one that's building a bunch of industrial districts. And it has clone vats that are being replaced with something else, I think. Moat harvesting. So. Open borders. And right here, the echoes inside. Keep taking. Let's see about construction ships and the like. So that science ship went through there, which is fine for now. Let's look at the constructors. He can be done up there. We don't need to go any further. This guy is the one that build that. You need to start building in this direction. That wipes out that stuff. So you science guy, why don't you come up here, because you're going to be able to excavate that site soon. Ruinous core. Yeah, so let's be building some more there. Are we sane? Yeah, robot drillers. Build those. Take the penalty and make sure that you're building drillers there. Okay. Now what's this fleet look like? 64 of 80. Does that mean that we're still building ships here for it? No. Upgrade the fleet. Oh, you still need to reinforce. Okay, do that, please. What's it gonna be? Destroyers and corvettes. Okay.
Inbound communicate.
Establish embassy. Now, what are we looking at for? These Ravagers are the ones we've got to worry about, and they're superior right now. So if we get a bigger fleet, I need to... A gateway is probably going to be the only way we're going to get in here. But let's go back to them. Can we do gather information yet? We need to start getting a handle on them and learning about them so that we can go to war with them. Priorities, you know. It's just priorities. You gotta have priorities. Larter. Lots of stuff up here. We're going to have such a nice big empire when we get things where we want it to be. The Great Wound. Yeah, so I need a fleet. It's about 20k that can go in there and mow them down. What is this? 6.1k? That's hardly going to get the job done. I can upgrade that Star Fortress though, and this one, so they can have more ships in those shipyards. And then this thing here... Oh, I need to speed it up to normal speed, boys and
A
girls.
study has been completed.
Experimental subspace navigation. Antimatter reactor. Down here. Right there. We want to upgrade that and get that bastion ready to go. This is going to be a blockade point for us. It's going to be a major blockade point. Although I don't think the Marauders get blocked by this. Because they don't invade planets, so I think they may be immune to any blockade powers here by way of the planet. I'm not sure how that's going to work with the faster and light inhibitor on here, but we'll find out. He's busy excavating that site, and we're busy back to losing a little bit of money, so... This is what you can raise this up for a moat and get farmer jobs. Yep, so let's do that. Let's raise that one up. This one's gonna get some farmer jobs. Industrial districts, yeah, and it's building a lot of them. And if we make it an industrial world, it builds those faster. So that's why we're gonna do that. Alright, we're back to this. We gotta pick a new one. And we picked last time adaptability, so that's off the board. So harmony, discovery, subterfuge, domination were the ones that I was thinking about doing, and I still have 3 slots left to pick one of those, to pick 3 of those 4. So harmony, because of the necrophaging pops providing unity, I don't know how much that is, but it seems like a good idea. Governing ethics, attraction increased by 25%. Edict capacity goes up by 1. And stability in all our planets goes up by 5. So I like harmony. That sounds like a good thing to do. I may not go the discovery route at all. Research subsidies. The big thing here is research alternatives. The scientist level cap increased by 2 is a big reason to do that. And leader experience gain and leader experience cap goes up. Those are the 2 reasons to do this branch. So that would be the reason to do discovery. Subterfuge I kind of want to do to try out all the code breaking to see if this makes it a little easier. So I kind of want to do that. And then domination, which is governor level cap +2. Domination might be the one that enhanced surveillance, extended shifts, and ruler level cap. Domination is the one I'm least likely to take out of the 4 that I want to take yet. I'm going to take the subterfuge one next because I want to start. I want to use it to learn everything about the Molinart Ravagers and then go crush them. So that's the objective there. Unpause the game, you big dummy.
Construction venture completed.
Construction venture. Yeah, because we have what? This. Okay, and you guys are just here. It's a little different story. Planetary administration. Deep sinkhole. How far along is that research? Civilian fabricators, 1 month. Because that is the tech that allows us to go up. Consumer goods from artisans go up. Yay. Civilian replica complexes, that's the next one up. So now we should be able to go in here. Let's go through the planets. Yep. Boink. Boink. It's going to be on there in a little bit. And we'll put one on here. Because we're gonna make a bunch of these too. In fact, I'm going to switch this over to Factory World. So we can do this. Decaying Hub. It's Tomb World. The Racket will take care of this. They got to grow their own people to do that. So building a whole bunch of those isn't a big deal on them. Unur. Savannah World, but it doesn't have them on there. Lunas Core. Valonus. This is one. So let's build that. So we're going to want to move people to Valonus. Let's sell a few more of those.
Construction venture completed.
Okay. Distressed Armada. Where are you guys at? Why are you all like... What is going on here? Oh, I see. So, something about the algorithm was off. Because what do you have? So now you have would pay good money to have that fixed. I guess. Jeez, we're gonna have to start selling these. I went from being okay to being not okay, so. How many crystals do I have? A bunch. raise up a couple bureaucrat jobs. You, Merish. Let's resettle you to one of the other planets with a lot of... like there.
A science vessel is under attack.
Where? Why are you going through there? Oh, for heaven's sakes. You big dummy. This is... so I guess I got a second fleet, even though that's what I wasn't planning for. So strange. So strange. Fleet manager still baffles me. It doesn't work the way that I think it should. So here we are, mega structure, and if we have 10,000 in mega engineering, we've got 10,000. We need mega engineering. We can unload that thing, so that'll be cool.
Construction phase completed.
Gather information. Mission accomplished. Alright. And it's at one level easier now. It was a 7 before, and now it's a 6. Go in there and gather the information. We need all of it. As much of it as we can get. So we lost that science ship. Yeah. So RMF. Okay. BC RF. BMF.
Inbound
CB. Migration treaty, sure. I'll take migration treaties. Okay, what do we have here? Charter of Workers' Rights. 5-year plans. We need 150. Lacking 85. Okay. Well, we'll have to keep working. So, and this is, yeah, civilian industries. Get that on there. Get this stuff on here. I don't think we may end up not putting any energy on here, because I think turning this all into a giant industrial district is going to be the important thing to do with it. In newer, so this one is mining, yeah, and we haven't even decided what to do with the rest of this. Well, let's make it research, because if they get a similar governor, they're both in the same system. But some of these other racket ones are probably going to have to be bureaucracy. Factory world. Yep, you need to keep building that. Every time we get... see, oh, look at that. One of them completed. One of them completed building and upgrading, and so instantly that transformed our situation, which is incredible. It's just what you want. Yeah, it was this one. It upgraded. So that changed our fortune. Oh, yeah. Oh, look. And then, so now that we don't have to spend all that money on these because they get so expensive. Oh my gosh, that was the tech we needed. This one completed on this planet, which is fantastic. What are we looking at for crystals? 3. We'll raise this one up. Put that person to work. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, so all of these racket ones, didn't we make these, the Ketlings? Sorry, I'm going to get that wrong forever. What the Ketlings are super researchy though, aren't they? Yeah, and we gave them 3 levels of research. So these all have to be research worlds. We got to rely on our other worlds to take care. Yeah. And I had a couple of reasons for doing that. One was the location, and the other was the fact that these little mice are really brainy. So, on these worlds here, we'll make this easy for them. Research labs, boys. Do them all, and we'll get you a governor who can take advantage of that and give you a boost to research as well. Which means that these other worlds right here, all of these are going to have to be as good as we can get them. I need some of that tech to unlock the rest of these slots here. And, well, and we already did it because there was one up here. This one, our planet's gained a free building slot, so we already got that one. Alright, so let's look at, these guys are superior still. We gotta look at this other fleet over here. Alright, this fleet's done, so let's look at this one. It's got 2 corvettes and a cruiser. So I'd like to add the cruiser, a point defense ship. I don't want these guys, I want them to be penetrators. And I'm gonna want a bunch of those. I'm gonna want like 4 of these guys, 2 of these guys. That many corvettes, that'd be great. How many is that? 9,000? Yeah, just build it, Barney, and they will come. Back to the other one. Fleet manager here for these. I don't want these K-class ones. Change them over to penetrators. Upgrade fleet. Okay. We're gonna wait till we're gonna wait a little bit to do it. Not a lot, but a little bit. That many. Okay. We shouldn't need to sell any of those anymore. We may not need to sell any of those anymore. Let's see what it looks like at the end of the month. It just rolled over. It's 451. So we probably still need to sell some of these, but not the whole kit and caboodle. So here we go, Crumbling Burrows, and when the 10-year span comes up, it'll let us know. A Chamber of Elevation will be able to find out if it elevates any of these people. Because right now it still doesn't have leaders. And we're not going to have a chance to do anything leader-wise until we can take the necrosis and fix them. We don't have advanced traits yet. Are we still researching those? Genetic resequencing and advanced traits, 27 months. So. Okay. This planet down here can be colonized. Great. Artisan output, yes. This planet down here can be colonized. Okay, by who? It's 75%. It's ocean world. We have the same problem we have with the racket ones, is getting leaders on here until we get advanced traits. But I think it's probably I think it's probably a pretty good idea to start colonizing all these worlds while we have a chance, before they decide to turn off the humans. Wow. Founder species only were no good, but these guys are good. Humans. Wow. And these other punks, they're natural physicists and really smart. Wow. Okay. And they're what? The Kroll? Okay. I'm going to do that with them on that world. This is an alpine world. Pop growth speed, habitability. Physics researchers from jobs. colonize it. 85% from these guys. Okay, and it's going to be a research one. So let's do that. Operatives, mission accomplished. Keep at it. Gather information. Keep going. Keep building. Keep working on it. Okay, civilian replica complexes. So now we can really make a dent. And there's the battleship and there's the citadel. So these are the things we need to unlock mega engineering. Alright, so we unlocked that one. It's right here. And this costs us more crystals, and we have 2. So which planet has the most of those on it? That one has 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. So that one. Terraformed into a savannah world. A near founder species. That's us. Yeah, and it uses up all our consumer goods because it does. Because it costs money to send those colonists. It costs food and consumer goods and entertainment and all that jazz to send your colonists off and get them to claim a new world. So you go over here, build that one, because we're going to start that archaeology project. And you oh, and there's a couple of planets over here. Well, we're gonna wait and get these first 3 or 4 that I just did out of the way. So let's put crystals down and then raise you up, and then have you build another industrial district. Maybe you can get away with that. Maybe we'll have you build a city next, or build this. Working on this. This is the number we want to be 0. Buy 0 of these. So 0 consumer goods. If we can get there, I'll be a happy camper. Well, and also Valonis is still building a lot of districts, and they have jobs, so we can take 3 of these people and move them to Valonis. Send the breeders over. We have robot drillers who are unemployed. We're going to send a breeder clerk over there. We got a driller working as a clerk. We'd rather put them on a planet that was going to have some jobs specifically for them. How's this looking? Miners. Okay, so we need to send that one to Crumbling Burrow. Oh, it's working, but let's resettle it. Crumbling Burrow. Send that robot driller off. What's that going to cost me? Oh, the robots don't cost any influence to send, which is awesome. Okay.
A study has been completed.
This is a artisan output. Gets cranked up
Construction venture completed.
at the end of the month. Shields. Let's see. It's end of the month. What's it going to jump from 10 to what? 43. That's nice. Okay, what do we want first over here? Code breaking +1 and operation skill +2. Yes, please. Alright. Keep learning about these fools. Because we have to... They're obviously the biggest threat to the whole galaxy. Their fleet power is overwhelming compared to ours. Wow, that's concerning. That is concerning. Does this planet? Yes. Because, oh, we're lacking. We haven't sent anybody there to colonize it yet. End of the month, then. We should have enough, maybe. And we're gonna have to buy some, aren't we? Let's get straight up buy some consumables. Doink. So who do we want to send? Only founder species? Okay, go. And it draws us down to 0. I'm just gonna buy some. So we have some. So this planet will become a choke point here. Hopefully we'll get the planetary shield generator in time. Mission accomplished. Alright. Gather information, my friends. Launch. Do it. And then, oh, we're way over our naval capacity, and that's why it's so expensive. Okay. That is a good reminder. Okay. This one's going to build a city district. So are you. Everybody's going to build city districts. So I can have an extra slot. Like this. Put down strongholds. We got to get out of that problem. This one's stacked, so there's not much you can do. These ones are done unless you want to strip off buildings and create more cities, and I don't want to do that. This, what is this? This can go up. Number of hops is greater than or equal to 50 on larder. So if we take some people off Helion Prime and move them to larder, like this unemployed breeder and another unemployed breeder, and we go to larder and we say, hey, you can do this now, and that'll unlock another slot. And I think Mac is as big of a capital as it can have, but Lingal is another one, and it needs 4 people. So let's get 4 more people over there to Lingal. So yeah, you're gonna move you. Robot drillers as moat harvesters. Okay. Let's see, what does Lingal have? And they have miners. Alright, so I want to move your miners over to Lingal. It's also, it doesn't cost me influence. So move that guy. Move that guy. Lingal. Move that guy. There we go. And Lingal can now do it. You can say, hey, do this. It'll unlock another slot. This already has a stronghold down, but we want to get one on every single planet. This keeps coming down. Gradually.
A study has been completed.
Has it now? Yay! Genetic sequencing and advanced traits, and now we've had that our instant naval capacity. We need that really bad. Okay, so now genetic resequencing. If we go to necrosis and we say create a template, and what do we have here? Habitability, nerve stable, delicious. Leader lifespan, charismatic, communal, nomadic, not concerned with those. Empire sprawl from pops, habitability, unity. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe that there isn't a way to take a species and make them Tomb World compatible, but what you can do is we can take intelligent off and make them erudite. So this gives them researcher output and leader level cap +1. We can give them +30 habitability and leader lifespan +50 with that. So that goes on there, and then they get trait points left You can either add more leader to their lifespan, more lifespan to their leaders, or leader experience gain. There's also this worker output resource, but I'm not. Leader experience gain. Leader level cap. What do you want to have? You can give them 20 more years of life, which they're going to get 50 from that. I'm checking something out here. I'm checking a bunch of things out here I wanted to look at. So what's the lifespan one? Hold on, let's take this off. What are the incompatibility ones? Pop growth speed, don't care about that. Leader level cap. Habitability, that's 10%, we don't care about that. Because when you add this, it makes that not a choice. Alright. Governing ethics attraction. I thought there was another one. Oh, this one. Leader lifespan 80 plus years, but you need 4 points and we don't have it. I see. Okay. And this habitability 20%, and this has habitability 30%. So there's no reason you'd want to choose that. Oh, but here we go. Oh, and it's habitability 10%. Okay, I thought maybe there was a 40% one, which would make it maybe better than this, but no, this. Okay, so if we choose those two, then what would we do as the third one? Yeah, like I was saying, it's either comes down to leader experience gain, so they get to their max level faster and spend more time there, or you give them another leader level or more lifespan. I think I'd either rather have the quicker gain to get them to their max level faster, or a level, but I think they have a hard time getting to their max level before they die. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna create that template. Now, here's the interesting thing. Okay. Let's see. I also want to take this one. Where is that planet that I just call? This one down here. It's an ocean world, and we're colonizing it. Okay. What we're gonna do later is we're gonna take this species. You can modify this template. I don't want to modify it. I want to take this and actually create a template from it. Same thing. Take this, doink, doink, and leader experience gain. But then you want to switch this to ocean world. So you want to create that. So then what we can do is... Did I not create it? Like a dummy? Okay, create template. Big dummy. Yes, okay. That, create template. Now, wait a minute. This, modify template. Here we go. So, right there. So, when this planet gets colonized, what we'll do is we'll move 2 leaders over to it, and there'll be really bad habitability situation, but then we'll immediately go in and apply our new template to them. It'll take a month or 2, and then they'll be happy there. The problem is we can't do it here for these guys because we can't get tomb world habitability. I think that's a research option that has to be researched, if I remember correctly. You have to get tomb world habitability in here somehow. So until that happens, these guys are all going to remain leaderless. But in the meantime, to take this and apply it to all of our Necroids right now would take, what, 17 months? Absolutely do that. Absolutely. Okay, now in order to get money, we need to get out of this purgatory next. So that's the one that you have to get out of. And that means plenty of strongholds. Every planet has to have a stronghold. This one does not. So we're going to build this and put one on there. What is this building? Oh, and it's going to build a civilian industries. Let's wait on that. Let's build this next. And then it can build that after it
Establishing
builds.
new colony.
Gather information.
A study is complete.
Just keep doing it. Keep doing it and build up our... A study is finished, it says. Shields. Oh, geez. An hour just went by really fast. Colony development speed. Okay, so, boom. That was it. It just, the whole hour, whew, just flew by. So much going on. Folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me on this. This has just been a lot of fun. As always, if you have questions or comments, drop them down below. Give the video a like. It's also just very good to leave comments. I guess it helps the algorithm. You want more people to find me, right? So many of you have said you need more subs. Well, help. Help. Get on Reddit, get on Twitter, get on wherever. Point people to this. Necroids, Reanimators, Lem updates, Stellaris. We're doing it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, folks.